Hey guys, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, it's 𝗙𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗏. Thank you for coming. As always, the subscribers, thank you so much for the love and the support. It really means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Well guys, in today's video, guys, this is something that I landed on the internet and some people are tagging me into it. And I'm like, yeah, why not talk about it? So apparently, there's the superior race that we actually have on this planet. But before I even say anything about anything, first watch this clip and come back and talk about it.
What is y'all's race or ethnicity?
Caucasian. Caucasian.
I could have guessed. If you guys could be one race for a day, what would you be and why?
We're the superior race, like not as in like that.
Absolutely. Let's join BRICS. I'm in the UK. I want my country to join the BRICS alliance. I really do. Or at least ask nicely if we can be a part of it. I mean, what would you rather do? Would you rather be, under the boot of America and doing whatever they want and going around the world assassinating any leaders that stand up to us because we're stealing all their wealth? Would you rather carry on doing all that? Or would you rather our country ask politely to join an alliance that wants to deal with each other in a mutually beneficial way where they respect each other's sovereignty and boundaries and culture? Would you rather join us ask to join that? When this collapse comes, and it's going to come, we in the UK are going to need to have some serious reflection on mistakes that have been made, and especially our foreign policy in history. And we're going to have to rely on these nations that we've been stealing from for years to deal with us, because we need them. We're not like Russia. We're not self-sufficient. Russia has its own oil, its own food, it doesn't have to import anything. It can survive without the world. We, a tiny little island, do not have that luxury. We need to import. That's why we've stolen so much in the history. So what happens, do you think, in the next decade as African countries are rising and getting more powerful? And the Western countries that had them under their heel for so long, like the UK where I live, are on the way down and their economies are collapsing. What help do you think we're going to get from those countries that are becoming more powerful? How do you think that the Africans are going to look towards the English with regards to trade deals and buying their uranium off them if we need to? They're not going to look too kindly, are they? Especially if there's absolutely no apologies whatsoever. And as far as I can tell, this country doesn't apologise for jack. The reason it doesn't apologise is because if it apologised for the stuff that it's done, it'd have to start giving back all of the stuff that it's stolen. I've spent hours inside the British Museum. That place is it's a treasure trove. It's incredible. And it's nearly all nicked. And we're going to have to, in the UK, in the West, really start looking at our place in the world and really start looking as to whether we really do value the things that we say we do. Because we, in the UK, have been identifying as a nation that is on the side of law and order. A nation that values free speech as it's censoring everybody. A nation that values freedom of the press and is a shining light and a beacon for freedom of the press throughout the world, whilst it's literally torturing the best journalists the world has ever seen in its capital. Nothing we do as a country backs up what these people are saying the country is. Nothing. And we've got some serious apologising to do in this country. To all of these nations that we have stolen from, to all of these nations whose leaders we've helped assassinate and overthrow, all of these coups that we've done around the world in countries just because we didn't like what they did. So we killed them and we overthrew them and we put in a dictator who created a secret service and was just brutal to the people in that country. We didn't care, as long as we carried on getting the oil. We're meant to be a country that cares about these things. It cares about truth and honesty and justice. This country prides itself on the UK justice system. Well, there's no greater injustice in this world right now than the imprisonment of Julian Assange, and we're the ones doing it in the UK. And to all those people in Africa, rise up. I'm in the West and I'm fighting for you. And I tell you, we really are. The people in the country, the people in the UK, the people in this chat in the UK who know the truth, we're on your side. And I really do wish to see the rise of Africa in my lifetime. I would love to see it. I'd love Africa to go with that as well. But this is not good for the West, especially if we carry on the way we are, acting as if everything we've done has been noble and pure. And that's just not the truth, is it?
As you've seen in the video, yes, that is the superior kind of race that we have on this planet. And they're so bold to say it, like you saw the lady was like, oh, we are the superior race, like, you know. And I don't find it funny because we are living in a planet where the so-called superior race took advantage of other people, the indigenous or black people. A lot of things happened to us, to our ancestors, and that is something that we all need to learn about. We don't have to carry hate to everybody, but it's something that we need to remember and learn all the time and teach our children. So when you see that times shifting, that things changing, and then someone like this man, as you've seen, comes out and he's like, the UK, we want to join the BRICS, and the question is, what do you have to offer? Because if you look at the countries that are involved with the BRICS, they all have resources. At least they have something valuable to bring on the table. And when it comes to the UK, what do they have apart from them saying they are superior? The things they have in the museums are from indigenous Africans, indigenous Asians. Most of the things they have in their countries, like look at France. France was recently chased away from West Africa, or is being chased away from West Africa. What do they have? Nothing. Most of the things that France has come from West Africa. And you look at America, United States, you know, they are the ones that want to judge every other nation and come out as the savior of those nations. Like, they are the ones that go and attack other nations and still come out and pretend to be the ones to help those nations. What do they bring on the table? Most of the things, even the development that, let's say, United States of America has, came from indigenous people and black people. So what is the problem with these nations that call themselves superior to want to be the center of everything that happens in the world? It's so crazy enough, like the BRICS is trying to work on the dollar, which I don't know if it will happen or not, but at least we are seeing some progress. I'm seeing a lot of African leaders now, they are trying to learn and understand that we are strong enough, we are tired of being puppets to you, the West. We have the resources. Most of the things that we have are the ones that help you be who you are. They are the ones that help you show that you are powerful, but if we take that away, you have nothing. So I actually appreciate that the African continent is trying to understand their worth. And the president of Kenya, Mr. Ruto, is someone that I really appreciate. Is a person that comes out boldly and just speaks. The president of Rwanda, Mr. Kagame, comes out and speaks boldly. The president of Uganda himself, he also comes out and is like, we are no longer puppets. I don't know if it is a trick they are trying to play with us, the mass, to see that they are trying to change, but as long as we are seeing things happen, like the shift that happened in West Africa, in Gabon, in Niger, Burkina Faso, Mali, you saw what is happening in West Africa. So if that also happens in East Africa, also South Africa, I love Malema for what he preaches. Like, he just wants to promote the black strength, the black unity, that yes, we are with these kinds of people on the planet, we can't erase them, they are there, they exist with us, but can we learn to be also confident in who we are and have one continent called Africa? So when I see these people are like, oh, we should be, joining BRICS because now times are changing, we need these nations that we've been stealing from. Of course, you've been stealing from these nations, but what have these nations got from you for them to even accept you to be in their programs that they are planning? Like what? Literally what? You are the ones that consider yourselves to be superior. You're the ones that enslaved a lot of people. You're the ones that took advantage of people. You're the one that pretend to have democracy and you don't. You're the ones that want to come out and be saviors, and then you're the ones that started the wars to other nations. So it's crazy to see the West is trembling and is shaking, seeing the shift change, and it's no longer in their favor anymore. I just love seeing that. I just love seeing that. And that's why I say my black people in the diaspora to shift and put their minds in the African continent and start knowing that that's where the future is, and start putting yourselves there. That's what we need to do, and just not complain and just not argue about the shift that is happening, because I love the shift. I love the shift. Everyone is realizing that West has been the problem. The media of the West has been a problem, propaganda everywhere. So it just feels so amazing that this is happening, and it's just so funny to see the first world countries now begging to be part of the third world country currency that they are trying to make. It's just so weird to me. Like, what do you bring on the table? Like, what do they bring on the table? Nothing. That's what they bring on the table. Nothing. So guys, tell me what you think about this. Comment below and let's have discussions, Don't forget to subscribe, and guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.